Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. I've made a new pick a card read for you. This is the Love Tarot, full Celtic cross tarot love spread. Find out what's going on in your love life. Now, this is a timeless reading. Whenever you get into this video, it's good to go. I've made 3 readings here, the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Each one of them has got a deeper dive. That's an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story. Want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the readings, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. Now I've got 2 free prize draws for a free reading with me drawn at the end of the month. To enter the first prize draw, all you need to do is be a subscriber to my channel, click like on this video and leave a comment. You can do that as many times as you like on the different videos that I make throughout the month. The other one is for the purchases of the deeper dives for these readings, these pick a card reads throughout the month as well. So good luck with all of that. You can find your timestamps to fast forward to your reading in the description box and in the comments below. So all you need to do now is take your pick. Which one would you like? Would you like the crystal? Crystal is out with the 3 of Wands card. Would you like the flower? The flower is out with the Knight of Voices from the Muse Tarot. Or would you like the shell? And the shell is out with the 2 of Cups from the Tarot of Mystical Moments. So take your pick now. Don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new. I do an energy update every single day of the year, including new moons and full moons. I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show where I give 1 question readings. You can book one of those 1 question readings at any time on my website, BeHealing.com. Find a link for that in the description box below and also one up there too. I do those right at the start of the next live show and then send you the link to the replay, so you don't need to come live if you don't want to. Alternatively, you can come live. Find the next show laying in wait on my YouTube channel by clicking down there and come along live. You can book while I'm live too. I also offer private readings from my website, BeHealing.com. You can find a link for that in the description box below and also one up there too. And that's it. I do 3 of these love pick a card reads a week as well. Let me know what you want the next ones to be about in the description box below. No, in the comments below. You can't change the description box, only I can do that. Well, enjoy your reading, crystal, flower or shell, and I'll see you in there. If you chose the crystal along with the Lightseers Tarot, then this one's for you. Let's find out what's going on in your love life by way of full Celtic Tarot love spread. Now, as usual, crystals, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that it is your story, it could be a story, you want it to be a story, you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get straight into your reading. Find out what this is all about. Well, it's about the 3 of Wands, which is about waiting. So perhaps you've been waiting for the perfect person to come along, the perfect timing, that kind of thing. You're playing the waiting game, huh? That's what this reading is all about. So if that's your situation, then this could be the reading for you. What is hindering you in this? Temperance, patience or lack thereof, and 9 of Cups. Okay, 9 of Cups is about your heart's wishes being fulfilled. So you receiving what it is that you want. So while you're waiting, yes, there could be a problem about patience. Perhaps it's causing you to be impatient. But the 9 of Cups says you're not just waiting, you are shifting yourself and learning how to prioritize your heart's needs. So we can perhaps go from a place of being unhealed and not feeling great about ourselves, not really feeling like we deserve to be loved, or in that energy of constantly proving worthy of love rather than just knowing it and allowing ourselves, to have a good relationship. Someone comes into our life to love us. And so while you've been waiting, you've been working on yourself in order to get ready to accept you being prioritized, your heart being prioritized. Sometimes we put ourselves last, and we can't get a healthy relationship when we put ourselves last. We need to prioritize ourselves and our heart, start making our own wishes come true so that we can even be open to receiving it from someone else. So sometimes when we are, well, always in fact, when we are unhealed, we're not open to a healthy relationship at all. We just won't allow it. We won't allow ourselves to receive what it is that we want. So we might shut that down. Even if someone tries to make our wishes come true, we might shut that down and say, no, it's all right, I don't need you to do that. And then, carry on in our old ways. So yes, patience could be a problem, but it's not just about patience. You're doing the inner work as well. To be ready, to be open to receive. How about things on the surface? How does it look on the surface? Well, it looks like you're holding your energy back. So it looks like you are deflecting love from you, you know, not opening up to people, not saying yes to them. Perhaps because the Three of Wands suggests that you're waiting for perfect timing or the perfect person, you just haven't, the right person isn't showing up for you yet. And so it appears like you might be holding your energy back. But what's really behind that? What's really behind that is the Hermit and death and rebirth. So while you've been alone, the Hermit, while you've been by yourself, going through a significant change, death and rebirth. So a new you is emerging from this Hermit kind of mode. It appears like you're not attracting the right kind of person that you want to be with. So it appears like you might be shut down, but that's not really what's going on. You are supposed to be alone at the moment while you're going through this significant transformation in yourself in order to open up to receiving your heart's wishes to be fulfilled. So previously you might have got into relationships where you're quite happy. In fact, you absolutely love helping someone else to fulfill their wishes, making them feel loved, and making sure that they are having the best life that they can have, you know. But you being the center of that spotlight instead, and someone doing that to you, feels awkward. It's like, why would someone be prioritizing me? I'm not that important, you know, that kind of thing. And so you perhaps have been through this hermit mode to prioritize yourself so that you are happy with being in the spotlight. You've made yourself your own spotlight, you know, loving yourself and doing good for you. You've been in the spotlight. And so when someone comes into your life to put you in the spotlight too, that wants to add to that, you're going to be more accepting of that. It might still be a challenge, but you're going to be more accepting of that. So you're on the right track. So what's recent past energies? But you might be feeling like you're shut down kind of thing. What's wrong with me? Why can't I open up to people? Am I, you know, have I set the bar too high so that no one's here? Well, perhaps the universe just isn't putting anyone that's right in front of you right now because you're in this, the phase that you're in. So recent past, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. So an end of a cycle, the start of a new cycle. So you might feel like you're ready to start a new cycle now. Like you feel like you've completed one cycle, like you've been through that phase and you're ready to switch things around. So you might have just been feeling that recently and then tried to put yourself out there again and tried to, you know, get things moving again. What's coming in the near future? Hanged Man, seeing things from a different perspective. So there's an aha kind of an energy about this coming in your near future where you'll get to see things differently, have a different perspective on things. Or something could happen or someone could come into your life where you might, this might make sense, you know, like, wow, if that person had come into my life even a year ago, I would have sabotaged it in some kind of a way. It could be something like that, you know. So this reading is all about the Three of Wands, waiting for the perfect person to come in, perfect timing. What else is it about? What else is this reading about? What else is this reading about? Too many. Wow. Still too many. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is about planting a seed for the long term that's going to come good in the long term. Now, the Ace of Pentacles, we plant that seed and then it starts growing and it takes some time to grow. This could be a seed that you've planted long ago. I don't know, it could even be years ago when you were going into the hermit phase perhaps, where you said, I'm not doing it anymore, I'm not playing anymore, I'm not going to keep on getting into relationships, the same thing over and over again, it's my time now. You know, you've drawn a line in the sand at some point and planted that seed. This seed has already been planted within you. You're not just planting it now, it's not new. So even though you might feel like you've come out of a cycle and then you're ready to start again, this is saying that you already started, that seed has been planted, and the watering of that seed once it's been planted so that it's been growing, you've already been doing that. You've been doing that within yourself, right? And so the shoots start coming up after there's been a lot of growth already. So the shoots, it might be time soon for these shoots to come out because you've put that groundwork in, nurturing the environment, which is you ready for this. Okay, so you are already on the path to it, is what this is saying. What are your fears? What are your fears? The Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is about your stability. So you might feel like you've got yourself into a stable, comfortable rut and that you've kind of got stuck in. Like, I don't really want to say that. But yeah, you know, you might be feeling or worried that you might be alone forever because you've got comfortable in that hermit kind of a mode of your stability within yourself. Any more fears? There could also be something there in the Queen of Pentacles about you being so stable now that perhaps if somebody comes in, you might provide stability for someone else rather than having reciprocation. Fears around your choices. So 7 of Cups, confusion about choices. Like, what if you can't choose the right person, or if someone comes into your life and they're not right for you, what if you choose them incorrectly? What are your hopes? Your hopes are 9 of Pentacles and the Sun. So the 9 of Pentacles is about single independent energy. You're not really hoping to be single, but it's like to keep your independence, right? And to be really happy. So yeah, you hope this. There's a part of you that's fearful that you've got stuck into this independence and this stability a little bit too far. But there's a part of you that wants to keep some of that even in a relationship. So keep that single independent kind of an energy. What's yours is yours. And the self-focus that you've got, you want to keep some of that, right? So there's an energy here that you don't want to get into another relationship and make it all about them. There's an energy here of where you will be making sure that you've got the spotlight too. Not the only one with a spotlight, but it should be equal, right? 50% of the spotlight on them, 50% of the spotlight on you. It's your time now. So to be really happy, hoping to be really happy, and keeping some of that independence that you have worked so hard for in yourself. So what's the outcome? I'll be revealing the first outcome card in this reading here, but the rest of them, because I'm going to get a few of them out so I've got a nice progression for you, I will be revealing in the deeper dive read, in that extended reading. I'll also be getting message cards out from your person, the person that's coming your way as well. Let's find out all about them too. Getting cards out of here, guidance for you as well. We'll be getting timelines out as well if that is relevant for this reading. So outcome cards. What's the outcome for crystals, please? What's the outcome? Okay, what's the outcome? And then what? And then, oh, one more, please. One more, please. Outcome for crystals. Okay. Okay, you've got 6 outcome cards here. The first one being not a very good card, really, the 5 of Pentacles. There is a need here to keep on going down this path, even though it's alone and even though you might feel like it's not the most comfortable path in the world because of that, feeling left out and all of that kind of thing. The 5 of Pentacles is a message of like, keep on going through the discomfort and know where you're headed. You are already on the path to it. This Ace of Pentacles is saying that. Sorry, but it's kind of saying that the discomfort isn't over yet. I think there's more learning to go through on this path before you're getting those sweet results that do await. They are coming. So if you want to find out what these next steps are in your outcome, then you might want to get that deeper dive or even more. As I said, I will be going into energies of someone that's coming your way as well and getting timing cards out about that. So if you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. Now the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in spam, junk or promotions folder. Do check in those places. In that email you will see a link to the crystal, the flower and the shell. Click on the crystal on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new, and leave a comment, because that'll get you an entry into the prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. As we'll get in that deeper dive as well, that'll get you an entry into that second draw too. So good luck with winning those, and good luck with all of this if this is where you're leaving me. But if you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I will see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the flower along with the Muse Tarot, then this one's for you. Let's give you a full Celtic Cross Tarot love spread. Find out what's going on in your love life. Now, as usual, flowers is going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that this is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get your cards out, find out what this reading is all about. Flowers, it's about the Knight of Voices. So movement forward. This is somebody's energy, the Knight of Voices. There could be someone that's appealed to your mind. So someone that you're kind of looking at and as this could be a good match for me. You're kind of thinking about it more. This someone that you've got an attraction to, but it might not be predominantly physical. It feels like it's more predominantly, this person could be a good match to me. I like this person, you know. Perhaps friendship, but anyway, it's something that's more fast moving, but it's a mental connection that you've got with someone. It feels like somebody new, where you might be looking at them, which would be Page of Voices, but Knight of Voices is like movement forward with that person. So what's hindering you in this? What's crossing you here? What's crossing you? What's hindering you? What's crossing you, hindering you, slowing you down? Oof. The Nine of Inspiration. The Nine of Inspiration is the wounded healer, the wounded warrior, the one that wants to move forward, but there's still a bit of healing to do within themselves. So you've got a bit of healing that is stopping you from like marching forward with confidence into this. So there's a little bit of trepidation still in there. It's kind of non-specific, that, so some non-specific wounding that has you fearful of moving forward perhaps. So how do things appear on the face of it? On the surface, what have we got going on? Right. So, Three of Voices and Death. It appears like you're over past heartbreak, death, significant ending in your life. So, not that's caused heartbreak. Three of Voices, you might have been heartbroken in the past, and it might have taken you a long time to get over somebody or some specific, not so much somebody, I'm getting from this, more of an energy that you had in your life. So perhaps repeating patterns, that kind of thing, getting over that, healing yourself so that you're significantly different now. Death and rebirth is like you're a reborn person. You're significantly different than that person that went through that heartbreak, than the person that went into the relationship that broke your heart in the first place. It's more than just getting over someone. It's getting over someone, then realizing, I need to change something about myself and heal it significantly so that I'm a different kind of a person. That's what we've got here. So that's how things appear on the face of it. And Six of Materials is like ready now for reciprocation, ready for a level playing field, someone that's at your level, someone's kind of that's got as much to offer as you have. So you might have got into relationships that were with people that are very different than you. That could have broken your heart. a relationship like that, and then you've decided I really need to be with someone that's on my level, and then there's healing that you've had to go through, and now you're a significantly different person. So that's how it appears on the face of it. What's really behind that? Wow, there's deeper than that. What's really behind that? Are you ready? So much healing in this reading that you've been doing, I feel. Feels like there's still a little bit more, or maybe you're wondering whether there's still a little bit more of healing to do. What's really behind that, please? What's really behind that? Fool. The start of something new, being courageous, stepping into the unknown. So yeah, it is. You're asking yourself, have I done all my healing yet, or is there some more? There's a bit of, this is saying, you've been through a significant change. You've got over the heartbreak, and you've actually changed as a person. You're significantly different now than you were before. And now it's time to step out with courage into something new. Take a risk on that. Instead of asking yourself, have I healed enough? Yeah, maybe I need to do a little bit more. You know, there's a comfort zone involved here that you need to break free of. And it feels like you're ready. It feels like this reading is saying that actually you're ready. There comes a point in our healing when it's time to leave the hospital, to check out, you know, and get back into life again. And it feels like that's what you've been doing. Perhaps you're in the hospital for a long time healing yourself, but it's time to get out there into real life and put this into practice. There's a definite feeling in this reading for you to acknowledge now that you're a very different person than the person that got into that relationship that broke your heart perhaps all those years ago. Recent past energies, you got the Wheel of Fortune, fated connection. So yeah, a fated connection. So perhaps somebody has come into your awareness. Knight of Voices. Got your eye on somebody, and there's a bit of forward movement with that person. Someone that you feel like would be a good choice for you. Or you're thinking. Knight of Voices, more thinking there could be a good choice for you, and you want to move forward with that. What's coming in the near future? Do we have movement forward? What's coming in the near future? What's coming in the near future? Five of Inspiration, reaching higher. So expecting more, reaching higher, wanting more for yourself. Taking things to the next level. It's good energy, the Five of Inspiration, because it's like expecting better for ourselves, doing better for ourselves. Better kind of a relationship, something more for us, expecting more out of a relationship. So you're expecting better behavior from somebody, you know, than previously. Perhaps you used to put up with things before that you shouldn't have been putting up with, you know. So this reading is about the Knight of Voices. What else is it about? The Nine of Materials. The Nine of Materials is the single independent energy, and this is the best place to be before a romantic relationship, when we are center stage of our world kind of thing, and in the spotlight, doing things for ourselves, making sure that we are happy, putting ourselves first for once. It's important. Talked about it in the crystal reading as well. It's like we want to get into a relationship where the spotlight is on both of us, 50-50, rather than, you know, it all being about one person and the other one is just like a supportive role. No, we should both be the lead in this, you know. And so the Nine of Materials is a great place to start, because if you've been putting the spotlight on yourself, then you can get into a relationship where it's equal spotlights. What are your fears, though? What are your fears? What are your fears? Six of Emotions, the past. The past happening again. So someone did a number on you. You had an experience in a relationship that really broke your heart. And even though you're significantly different now, you're thinking, but what if that happens again? The Ten of Materials is a lot of investment for the happily ever after, for the long term. What if you lock someone in for the long term and it's a rerun kind of thing? What if you don't notice? Now, there might be something about a previous relationship that you were in where you didn't notice the signs, or perhaps you overlooked those signs that something wasn't quite right, and Perhaps you're putting up with things that you shouldn't have put up with. Perhaps you should have had more boundaries and be more outspoken faster. So there could be a need here for you to look back if those things are scaring you. And yeah, number one, see that you're a completely different person now. But imagine yourself getting into it now, that previous relationship. What would you do differently? What would current you do differently in there? Okay, what we're not trying to do is turn back the clock and say, I would have done things differently, because old you wouldn't have done things differently. You went through it for a reason. But current you would probably do different. If that person showed up on your doorstep now, you'd handle it very differently, right? Okay, so what are your hopes? Hopes. Hopes for flowers, please. Flowers, hopes. The Five of Voices. Chaos and conflict. This is interesting for it to come out in a hope. Why would we want chaos and conflict to come out in a hope? Well, I don't know what you've experienced in the past, but perhaps you have experienced somebody putting you on a pedestal. And at first it feels very comfortable when you kind of, you're like one step ahead of them, or you have more to offer than they do. They put you on a pedestal, they adore you, kind of thing, and then they make they're the supportive role to you. They're always putting you first. That isn't ideal. So wanting chaos and conflict is more like wanting a peer, someone at your level, someone that is going to challenge you, someone that is going to bring disruption into your life so that you can have an equal. Yeah, partners should be like equal, really equal challenge, as well as like supporter. Challenge in a positive way, not in a negative way. So there could be a part of you as well. It's like, bring it on. Bring on the chaos and conflict. Bring it on. I feel ready for it now. I feel healed enough that I can handle it. There could be a part of you that is, yeah, fearful of like something happening again, but there's a part of you that's like, well, bring it on. If that happens again, I'll do it differently this time. So there's a bit of a feeling of like feistiness, of like, if someone shows up with that negative energy again, I will do good this time. So bring it on. Sorry about the noise outside. I've told them about it. I can't work like this. We're going to have to move their construction site somewhere else. They don't need to do it there. Anyway, Page of Emotions. And so you're hoping like falling in love, it being very positive, and the fantasy. Interesting. Very conflicting. I mean, your wishes, I get it. There's a feistiness there of like, bring it on. Bring some of that more negative thing that I've experienced before, and I'll deal with it very differently this time. But then a wish of falling in love, of it being perfect and all of that kind of thing. Well, let's get your outcome cards out. So I'm going to get a progression of outcome cards out so that you've got the full story. I'll be revealing the first one of them in this reading, but the rest of them I'll be revealing in the deeper dive reading, that extended reading, along with cards from these decks back here. So let's get into your person's energy this Knight of Voices, find out all about them, what's going on for them, what their energy is, what they're going through, possible timings for movement ahead, guidance for you guys as well. Nice. I like the first card out. Let's get the rest of them out. Ooh. 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 Wow. Okay. 6 outcome cards. Very interesting ones here. First one is the Four of Inspiration. Four of Inspiration is like 4 legs of a table. It's very solid starts. It's firm foundations, is laying those strong foundations so that it's possible for something to be good in the long term. I mean, there's ways of getting into relationships that will mess it up completely. We can have someone that comes along who is compatible with us, and we can make a mess of it by not doing this. We can always mess relationships up if we want to, right? So Four of Inspiration is about not doing that. It's about building solid foundations for something. So I think you're going about things in the right way this time. Then you've got these cards coming out. If you want to find out what they are and all of the rest of it, you might want to get that deeper dive. If you do, I'll pop a link for up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk, or promotions folder, so do check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the flower on any device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, then just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new, and leave a comment, because that'll get you an entry into that prize draw for a free reading with me. As we'll get in that deeper dive as well, that will get you an entry into the other prize draw. So good luck with winning those readings. And if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the shell, and this one's for you, shells, let's give you a full Celtic Cross Tarot love spread. Find out what's going on in your love life. This is along with the Tarot of Mystical Moments. As usual, shells is going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, you want it to be a story, you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, we'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box below. And you might want to get more, because look what card you've got out first for this reading. Best card for love readings, arguably, is the Two of Cups. It's a love match. It is the card of love. It's the card of someone coming forward and connection, of someone that, well, you see in this card, meant for each other like twins, a love match. Excellent. So we're talking about a love match here. What's crossing you? What is hindering you in this? Page of Pentacles. Now, the pages are all about the start of something, right at the start. So if you're thinking about love, it's when you kind of make eye contact with them. You've not moved forward to each other yet. You've just kind of seen each other across the room. Page of Pentacles. There's a glimmer of something there, but it's right at the start. So you might have noticed someone here, but it's right at the start. I don't see why that would be holding you back. There's a dragonfly in that picture, which suggests to me, like, you might be getting messages from Spirit at the moment. You know, Spirit could be switching you on to someone, noticing this. Very early days, this, though, in this energy. So how do things appear on the surface? So what are we thinking? What are we thinking about this relationship? Seven of Pentacles. Something worth investing in. So look, it looks like someone that has the propensity to invest as well in relationships. Could be someone that's very grounded. So yeah, I feel like you might be looking at someone that could be a love match, and it's looking good. What's behind that though? It's looking like worth the investment, worth the relationship investment. The Emperor and the Five of Pentacles. Someone that's kind of going it alone. Someone that kind of knows where they're headed. The Emperor is someone that takes charge of things. So it could be a leader kind of person. It could seem like they've got the shit together, really, that kind of a person. And so yeah, it's appearing like this is someone that would have plenty to offer in a relationship. Looks like someone that would, by the way that they're living the rest of their life, would invest in something that's good for them and invest well in relationships too. So it could be a very grounded kind of a person. Five of Pentacles, yeah, it's like that long slow walk in the snow, someone that's got it within them to be able to reach a goal, you know, invest in something, stay the course, that kind of thing. Perhaps they're showing signs of that by having a business, or, you know, very grounded kind of an energy. So it's kind of looking good. It's looking good. What I'm getting from this is kind of a very, perhaps you've been burned in the past, and you really, you know, you realize you need to be more careful and watch people and kind of get to know their energy and see how they're living their life, as to whether they would be the kind of person that can commit, the kind of person that will invest, the kind of person that's got it within them. Because if we're doing, like, the way that we do things is the way that we do things, right? So the way that you do love or relationships is the way that you do money. It's the way that you do your your career, it's the way that you do your business, or it's the way that you do. We tend to have these patterns in every aspect, and so you can tell how someone's going to be in relationship depending on how they are in work and home life and stuff like that. Okay, so recent past energies. What's been going on in the past recently? 4 shells. Recent past energies, 3 of Wands. You've been waiting for the perfect person to come along. So you could have been waiting for quite some time as well. What's coming in the near future? That was fast to come out. 7 of Cups, you've got some choice. There might be more than one here. Got some choice, and there could be confusion about choice as well. Should I go for this person or not? It might be more than one, but it might just be about this person too. Should I go here or not? There might be something riding on it. Now, if this is someone that you're working with or something like that, then you might be thinking about it even more, right? Because before you head into something, this very well could be that energy of someone that you're working with, or in some kind of a situation where you've got to think about it more before you head into a romantic relationship with them. Because if it doesn't end up working out, then, you know, is it going to disrupt your work or career or whatever else you're in along with this person? Well, it's about the 2 of Cups, so we're talking about a good love match here. Tell us what else this reading is about. What else is this reading about? Justice. Wow. That is the other card of like a great love match too. Justice card. Like, yeah, a match. Balance. Your justice. The one that's right for you is the card of karma. Not meaning like a karmic relationship, like one that isn't right for you, that teaches you lessons, but your karma, your destiny, like what it is that you deserve. A match. 2 matchy energies. That's incredible. Okay, so we could be talking like this is the person for you. Very, very close match to your energy. Cool. What about your fears? What are your fears in all of this? Now, I am picking up on that disruptive energy. You might be fearing disrupting like the workplace if it's someone that you're working with. The Emperor. The Emperor is a very strong energy. Them taking leadership, the strong masculine energy that could have fears for you. You might be attracted to it, but you might have been experiencing a lot of the toxic masculine in the past, you know, and you're not, of course, you're not hoping for the toxic masculine to come out, but there could be inherent fears of the masculine because of experiencing toxic masculine before. Just as we can have fears of the feminine because of divine feminine, because of toxic feminine energies, you know, like mother issues or any kind of toxic feminine energy. So, a little fearful of that. Other fears? Other fears? The Magician, manifesting this. Interesting. 2 very strong energies here. The Emperor and the Magician. Could be a fear of things like running away with you. Setting that ball in motion, you know, those kind of fears, like what if I do this? What if this happens? Still feels like there could be a complication, you know. Perhaps in the surrounding community, whether it's workplace or somewhere else, the surrounding community of where you've got a connection with this person and possible disruption. Anyway, what are your hopes? Wow. You're hoping to have a strategy, so you're hoping to keep your mind clear through this process and have a strategy. The 5 of Swords. So the 5s are all about change, you see, but there's disruption in that. So the 5 of Swords is kind of like a battle. It's chaos and it's conflict, and we wouldn't expect these kind of cards to come up in your hopes section, but I understand why it does, because there's a challenge in this, right? It's change. It's almost like you guys, you have this energy of I've mastered something in myself. This is a match. Perhaps I've met my match. They've got a strong energy. It's challenging, but bring that on. I've got a strategy. Yeah, bring it on. A match, like someone that's going to challenge me. You could have been asking for that. You could have been manifesting that. And that could be why you're fearful of what you're manifesting here. So I want my true match now, someone that's as strong as me, that kind of thing. And then realizing what that means, right? Because you do have the Emperor twice here. So you've got powerful energy coming in here. Wow. Okay, so let's get your outcome cards out. I'm going to get a progression of them out so I can get a full picture for you. The first one of them, which is right there, will be revealed in this reading. But the rest of them, I'm going to reveal them in the deeper dive reading, that extended reading. Along with getting cards out from these decks back here, so I'll be getting some guidance out for you. We'll be getting into this person's energy as well, all about them, messages from them. We'll get timing cards out. What else? That'll be about it, I think. Yeah, outcome cards flying out. 4, 5, 6. Oh, bit of a cliffhanger here. Wait. So you've got 6 outcome cards out. First one of them is the 8 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles is about receiving back from work that you put in. So it's like reciprocal energy on steroids, this 8 of Pentacles, where we're only willing to do what we're going to get energy out of. So not even willing to start out in a relationship or even seeing someone that wouldn't go somewhere. There is a strategy about this as well of like, I'm only willing to invest with someone who is worthy of the investment, that I know that it's at least got the potential. You know, you're never going to know whether it's going to work out, but at least it's got the potential to work out. So there's no time wasting and there's no wasted energy here. I'm not even going to go on a date with someone that isn't showing willing or able to have that reciprocal energy. So it's really clear, this energy. In your reading here, you got the 7 of Pentacles too in the face of it. So that's the, like, can this person invest? Because if they're not going to, I'm not going to. I'm no longer wasting my energy in investing in relationships or the start of anything where that's not, you know, the reciprocation is not going to happen. So it's very clear energy that you've got going on here. You're going to be attracting in a very powerful energy as a result of it. So if you want to find out what the rest of these cards are and all the rest of it, get that deeper dive. I will pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you will not receive it. Now the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk or promotions folder. Do check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower and the shell. Click on the shell or any device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new, and leave a comment, because that'll get you an entry into that prize draw for a reading with me. At the end of the month. Good luck with winning that. As we'll get in that deeper dive as well, that'll get you an entry into the other prize draw for a free reading with me. So double chances to win on this one. So if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I'll see you in there very shortly.